Welcome back to another episode of the Pagcast. So today with me on the line, I have second-ranked North American goalie Drew Commesso. Drew, before we get to the interview, how are you doing today?
Good, yeah, pretty good. It's just kind of hanging out at my hometown, Norwell, Massachusetts, and I'm just trying to stay safe and healthy, and get outside when it's good weather and get out of the house a little bit. But yeah, I'm doing good. All's good here.
Did trying to raise your draft stock at all phase you during your junior season?
Honestly, not really. I didn't think about the draft too much during the season, and for me, when I'm playing my best, I'm just playing it simple, and I'm not thinking about who's in the crowd or what's going on outside. And at the end of the day, my job's just to stop the puck, and that's really what I focused on this season.
As a goalie, your name can be easily chanted. Does that ever get to your head?
Not really. I mean, especially in college too, you have to be ready for that and like the big crowds and the student atmosphere. We had that a couple of times this year, but yeah, I try not to let it phase me at all.
When did you realize that your future is going to be playing in the NHL?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's still a lot of work to be done to get there, and it'd be a great honor to be drafted. And but getting drafted is just a step of it, and it's not the end of the road. And it's just the beginning, and I'm gonna keep working as hard as I can to make it there.
What challenges did you face this season?
Yeah, there was a lot, especially this is our first year, and most of us are 17 or just turning 18, and we're playing college kids that are 6 years older than us. So the beginning of the year, that was a little bit of a jump and a little bit of an adjustment playing those older kids. So I'd maybe say stepping into the D1 just so at an early age like that, and then obviously playing with great players overseas and all the other countries. That was definitely fun too.
How long did it take you to adjust to those college players that are 6 years older, like you said?
Not too long. Especially during our season, you kind of have to jump right into it. There's my first game playing D1. We played Notre Dame, so it wasn't really a testing out kind of thing. You kind of just jump right into it, and you're up playing against the top teams in college hockey. So yeah, I think we adjusted pretty quick.
What was it like playing for, because you played for the U18 U.S. National Development Team and the U.S. NDTP team. What was it like playing for those two separate teams?
So those were actually the same team.
Oh, they are, eh? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what was
One,
your experience then?
yeah, it was awesome. My 2 years at the program was unbelievable. Our first year, the U17 team is a bit of an adjustment. You're playing versus a lot older kids, and you move away from home, and you don't get to see your family a lot. And that year, there's so much failure, and you let in a lot of goals, especially as a goalie, and a lot of it's adjustment and learning your game. And in the 18 year, I feel like it's a lot of putting those pieces together of what you learned the first year. And it was definitely the best 2 years of my life I had out there in Michigan.
So like you said, you let in a lot of goals. How did you switch? How did you up the ante or switch that into being a more dominant goalie?
Yeah, I feel like I didn't switch too much. I guess my mentality, I switched a little bit over the summer, and I had great coaching. The whole coaching staff was amazing, and especially during the year, there's so much help that the program offers you. And I feel like I was trying my best to stop the puck this year, and I didn't change too much.
Now, unfortunately, during these circumstances, hockey has been canceled due to the coronavirus. How has that impacted your draft preparation?
Yeah, it hasn't affected it too much. I feel like for us players, all of our work had been done, except for really the U18 tournament, which was only a couple of games. But for the most part, all the scouts saw all of our work the past 2 years, and I guess it's a little bit different now. A lot of the teams are doing Zoom calls instead of their combine style interviews. I guess that's probably a little different for them, but on our part, all of our work was done.
You're going to get drafted to three teams: a contender, a tweener, and a rebuilding team. Which one of those three teams would you like to get drafted to?
I don't really care, to be honest. I feel like any team that drafts me, I'll be super happy and super honored to be a part of the organization. And they're making a big decision on drafting me, and I'm just going to do my best to prove that they made the right decision.
What do you hope to bring to that team that drafts you?
Yeah, definitely a super happy and positive kid and a great goalie. And I'm always going to be a positive kid and a leader in the locker room too. And just doing whatever I can to help the organization win.
So the NHL will most likely go down the NFL's path and do a virtual draft. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I obviously watched the NFL draft and it went pretty smoothly, and they did a really good job putting that all together. And yeah, I'm sure all of us kind of dreamed of walking up on the stage, but it's out of our control, and I'm definitely looking forward to spending the time with my family because it's a unique situation, and you kind of just have to take the positives out of it, and I'm really looking forward to it whenever it may be.
You said you watched the NFL draft. Do you have a favorite NFL team?
Yeah, I'm from Boston, so New England Patriots are my favorite team.
When you heard the news that Tom Brady left the Patriots, what were your emotions?
Yeah, it was obviously, I guess, for the past couple of months, it was always in the air, and he's been kind of like the second coming to Jesus in New England, and I know a lot of people aren't too happy with him anymore, and then obviously Gronk coming out of retirement just stings even more, just because they were such a good duo in the past. But yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see for the future for the Pats. I'm not too sure how good they'll be next year. It definitely won't be the same without Brady.
Moving back into the hockey talk, how much preparation goes into your games?
Yeah, for my hockey preparation, I guess a unique thing that I do that I know not a lot of goalies do is I do the same kind of pregame routine as I do for practice, as I do for games, and I feel like that just led to my consistency this year. And whether it's playing a sold out rink in Michigan or whether it's a Tuesday practice, I'm going to do the same routine. And I feel like that helps me, just stay calm and not overthink it and just kind of go out and play.
When you're doing your routine, do you ever develop any superstitions?
Yeah, as a goalie, I kind of just like to be super normal and super with the guys, and I like not to have too many superstitions. I guess the only thing I do is chew gum during the game, but other than that, it's pretty simple.
You're committed to Boston University, I read. What played in your decision to commit there for your future?
Yeah, well, obviously BU is only 25 minutes from my house, and I've grown up going to the games as a kid and stuff, and I've always dreamed about playing at that school. And kind of when the opportunity and the offer came, it was a no-brainer for me, and I definitely can't wait to get on campus and meet all the guys and start the season next year.
Would you play in the Beanpot tournament then?
Yep, yeah, BU is one of the schools that plays in the Beanpot, so I'm looking forward to that too.
To stay healthy throughout the season, players recommend choosing a diet. Do you follow any diets?
Yeah, definitely. In the season, and I feel like in the off season, it's a little different. Obviously, working out a little bit more than you do in the normal season, and but yeah, the U.S. program they had us on a great kind of diet plan, and our trainers always was giving us tips on stuff and what to eat, and on the road too, because with the U.S. you're on the road a ton, and they always gave us great meals and things like that. But yeah, especially at BU too now, they're giving us things to follow and workout routines to follow and nutrition stuff to follow too. So they definitely take care of us.
The season brings a lot of ups and downs. How do you remain balanced?
Yeah, I like to not get too caught up in the ups or the downs at all. Really, like it's part of hockey and part of life, and you're not gonna have good weekends sometimes, and sometimes you're gonna have great weekends, and you can't really get caught up in having too good of a weekend or having too bad of one. And I like kind of just to stay neutral, and once the games are over, maybe go over some film and things like that, and take some lessons out of it, whether you had a good or bad game, and kind of move on after that.
Who do you like to model your game after?
Yeah, in the NHL, I definitely like watching Carter Hart a lot. I think he's a younger and more of a modern goalie, I guess you could say, and that's kind of how I play too. Is just trying to keep it as simple as possible and not overdo things. And I think he plays and he has a similar body type and height as I do, and I think we play really like.
So then, final question here is: do you have any advice for goalies who may look up to you in the future?
Yeah, I would definitely just say to enjoy every moment. I feel like I was a kid. I feel like it was yesterday, and I was still on my U12 team with all my best friends and playing those little games where only your parents are in the crowd, and I really feel like that was yesterday. And I would just definitely say to enjoy it just because it goes by so quick, and I can't really believe that I'm going to college this summer, and everything just happened so quickly, and all the downs and all the ups. I would just say to really enjoy all of it.
All right. Well, I'd like to thank Drew Commesso for coming on today's Pagcast. Thank you again, Drew.
Yeah, thank you for having me.